You know how we've been talking about for, I don't know, since the beginning of time on this channel, the old mantra of get woke, go broke, the modern trend of reimagining all of your favorite childhood movies, which essentially just means replacing white actors with anybody but white actors, and then turning a few of them into members of the LGBTQ community. That's literally the extent of it. I'd like to see anybody disprove that. I mean, you go ahead and watch Little Mermaid or any of these modern remakes. They just change the race of the main character, push in some propaganda and pump it out and expect everyone to go see it. It's a very simple formula. And, you know, ultimately it's working. And now we actually, I don't even know how I could have seen this coming, but we are now getting a woke remake of Disney's Bambi. I'm not kidding you. Bambi. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, please do subscribe or follow down below. It makes finding the videos easier, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Disney's Bambi remake will change a key scene to avoid traumatizing kids. Oh, there's more than this. Disney's Bambi is getting a live action remake. How? What? A live action remake? Are they going to train a deer? What is this even? Who are these people? Who wants to watch it? What? Like the company's other classic cartoons that get the treatment, the news has divided fans of the entertainment giant and they've taken to social media to express their dissent. In an interview with Collider, writer Lindsay Anderson Beer shared her plans. Oh, female writer, that's a good start. Yep, that's about normal. I do think there's a way to update Bambi. Oh my God, we should play. I guarantee you, there's a quote out there somewhere already where they talk about for a modern audience. But I digress. Let's continue. There is a way to update Bambi, and our take on it, give a little bit more scope to it. Yeah, that's right. A deer. A movie about a deer, probably going to be trans, probably going to have to run through like a BLM rally or something like that. Can't wait for all these weirdo Zoomers to be shipping Bambi with another female animal. Interspecial erotica. I just think they'll be able to bring to life for kids in a way that maybe they'll be able to relate to a little bit more. This is the stupidest. If kids could relate to a deer 80 years ago, they can probably do it now. A little bit more would be service to the original. A recent poll conducted, a poll, by Redfield and Wilton Strategies on behalf of Newsweek found that 50% of American adults were happy to update its older content, Disney, to align with, oh, there it is, modern values. Although the majority of respondents wish Disney would create new stories rather than remake their archive. Of course. Of course. Of course. However, fans are unhappy with the idea of modernizing Bambi, which was released in 1942 and was Walt Disney's fifth feature-length animation. Quote, how exactly do you modernize something that took place in the middle of a forest? Wrote JW Cartoonist on X, formerly Twitter. There was nothing about Bambi's original story that screamed that was made in the 40s. Quote, Bambi is literally a universally understood story, posted the Abbey Roadie. It's a coming-of-age tale told with animals in a timeless forest, full of moments of joy, loss, danger, and love. All facets of not only the human experience but life itself, there is zero need to modernize it. What we're really going to see, where the rubber's going to meet the road, is with Snow White. This is the Snow White box office is going to be what tells us essentially if people are actually going to fight back against this crap. From what I could tell in the box office, Little Mermaid got close to breaking even. It may have lost a little bit of money. It certainly didn't look like, it certainly didn't make a ton of money. You know, I think the, Little Mermaid, if I look it up, I think it probably broke even, 570 million. It probably lost money. Yeah, it doesn't look, I don't know. Maybe with Disney Plus, I would say it probably broke even or lost a little bit of money. That's what I'm going to guess. The Little Mermaid live action, here, we'll tell you. Updated September 7th. Yes, talking about money. With a $250 million production cost and a reported $140 million marketing cost, The Little Mermaid, under the most generous projections, needed to gross approximately $560 million at the worldwide box office to break even. So it broke even. Do you think that our corporate overlords care? Do you think that they think a $570 million investment breaking even is good? Do you think they're happy with that? I don't think so. I think they're probably pretty upset by it. So hopefully we've reached, because there have been some modern remakes that made a ton of money. Pretty sure The Lion King did. I'm pretty sure, was it Aladdin? That made a bunch of money. Beauty and the Beast, I think, did really good. So now we have, culturally, people have kind of had enough of it. So now we had The Little Mermaid, which essentially breaking even on a $570 million investment is losing big money. And it'll be interesting. They'll probably work in an anti-2A argument, that type of thing. You see, Slim agreed, writing, "It's a film that is legitimately timeless and can't be modernized because there's nothing about it that's been made irrelevant or outdated. Quote, dragging out classics from the grave and putting a shiny new clothes on them to squeeze more money out of them is disrespectful to their legacy," commented Manny Artist. You're meant to be a creative company. Stop rehashing and go create. Like other live-action remakes such as Little Mermaid and the upcoming Snow White, some users accuse the studio of going woke by modernizing the original story. They'll make the hunter an evil white man. Bambi's mom will be a message about incel rage, and Bambi will also be black. But I mean, it's on the board as a possibility. I can't wait for the powerful scene when Bambi and Thumper learn a TikTok dance, posted Brooksy C. Fontaine. In an interview with Collider, Beer expressed her admiration for the original film, describing it as a beautiful love story. Poem, sorry. I do think there's an entire generation of children who have never seen the original, and it's very different to say Little Mermaid or Aladdin and the 90s heyday films that were definitely already seen. I can't tell you how many kids I've seen who've never seen Bambi, which is such a shame. Well, tell them to go watch the original. Beer said in the original animation is a different tempo to what modern audiences are accustomed to, highlighting the scene where Bambi's mom is begged by a hunter. There's a treatment of the mom passing that I think some parents these days are more sensitive about than they were in the past, and I think that's one of the reasons they haven't shown it to their kids. What? Disney has released a bunch of politically correct live actions. We know about Halle Bailey, the original cartoon. I mean, former Disney screenwriter behind Bambi remake calls for a scene in which the famous deer's mother passes away to be scrapped because it's too triggering for parents and children. I mean, that's kind of the point. That's kind of the point. I mean, are you kidding me? You see, Disney's move to modernize Bambi remake sparks outrage. While light on the details on how she would quote modernize Bambi to make it more relatable. I said it. Or I mean, I called it. While light on the details as she would modernize Bambi to make it more relatable to kids today, she said that she is looking at how the film dealt with the passing of Bambi's mother. Not to spoil the plot, but we're going to change this. Disney's also come under fire for recent updates to animated classics, including the casting of a black actress, Halle Bailey, to play Ariel in live-action remake of The Little Mermaid. I mean, until these movies start losing money, there's really nothing you can say. Another question. I wonder what this means, modernized retelling. Are they going to change Bambi into be a moose? How exactly do you modernize something that took place in the middle of a forest? I mean, I don't really know. Anderson's plan to update Bambi set of another deluge of criticism. All I can say is to stay steadfast and stop paying money to see this garbage, which I think you're already doing out there. I mean, The Little Mermaid essentially was a disaster in a long line of disasters for Disney when they had, had like, I don't know, 10 out of the last 12 movies that they've put out have lost money, hundreds of millions of dollars each. So, I mean, all I can say is to stay steadfast. Disney's upcoming modern remake of an animated classic already has us worried. Well, yeah. And if people just stop going, people stop paying to buy the merch, people stop paying for this stuff, they'll stop that. These businesses are in business to make money. So stay strong. If you enjoyed the video, please do, if you're enjoying this, please do follow or subscribe down below. I know you might have to create an account, which is a pain, but I would greatly, greatly appreciate it.